Hello, Capricorn. How are you? Welcome. I hope you're doing very, very well. Capri, let's see how your energies are going to be at this moment, so that Juan can use it to his advantage and be able to see a situation from a new point of view. This reading is general. Take what resonates with you. If not, disregard the message. And it applies to all those who have their sun, ascendant, as well as their moon or Venus in the sign of Capricorn. Capri, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Remember to activate all the bells so you can get notifications for the new videos I upload. If you want, you can follow me on my other TikTok and Instagram accounts where I will be uploading new content. And if you need a personal consultation, you can write to the email shown on the screen. And I will be sending you all the information you need. All right, we are going to channel a message for the sign of Capricorn for this moment. Capri, you start here with the Hermit. The Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Over here, we have the Four of Cups. All right? A lot of reflection in the emotional and relational area. I feel like there's a connection there. There's someone you've met. This could be a romantic or emotional bond, or maybe you've gone, for example, on a date. We start from a connection, but we see you there questioning. Maybe you're questioning your feelings, questioning the situation that has happened. If you've seen that person, if you've had that conversation, what things started to come to light? How are you feeling? What has been stirred up inside you? What I see here is that there's a Capricorn who doesn't. I'm not saying you don't want to move forward, because there are energies of really wanting to move forward, but there are also energies of caution, like maybe not going too fast, of also taking your time to open up to this person. I feel that emotionally it's still like, well, I'm not going to give my heart. I've just met this person. Because even though we see that there is affinity between you, you share things, there is physical, mental, or emotional attraction. Are you still there thinking there might be some indecision, there might be some doubt? Is that true? It's also good to take your time alone, not just to reflect. It's not about going to the extreme of reflection, not about shutting myself off completely, but about taking the necessary time to question those emotions, to question the bond, to see how you feel internally when you're with this person. If you really want to start something in this relationship with this connection, if you feel the relationship has potential, if you feel this can really be something mature, if it can really be something serious in the sense of being healthy, not just about emotional responsibility. So you're probably talking to other people, with friends, maybe with someone older. Also trying to seek advice or different points of view that help you see something about the situation. So there's an invitation to meditate, not to rush a process, not to move forward too quickly, but to go ahead at your own pace. But go little by little, paying attention to the signs, being in a state of observation as well, okay? Not to be completely closed off or defensive, but to be prepared. But let's see where this situation goes. Capricornio, General and available energy. Let's take 3 more arcana. To see how this develops. Do you have the 3 of Cups here? We have the Knight of Cups, we have the 10 of Swords, and here we have the Knight of Wands. Well, I don't see this as a bad sign, although there is a situation here that suggests changing your approach or ideas or thoughts about how to move forward in the relationship. I feel that you are at a decisive moment when it comes to the romantic and emotional side. Is there something inviting you? Is there a possibility to move forward strongly in a relationship? I feel that with this person you have a lot in common. There's a emotional and sentimental intensity that you can feel. And this can also be like, hey, I'm realizing that I'm falling in love, for example, right? That love is coming into your life. And this excites you. This makes you more sensitive. This also makes you passionate and motivates you to keep going. I feel that the feeling is mutual, but also the situation invites you to act or move forward in a different way than you did in the past. And this is an invitation to a total change of mindset regarding the way you express feelings and emotions. So see if there's something that's not working like it used to. Whether it's in winning someone over and making progress. In a relationship, whether it's because this person is very different from what you were used to or from previous relationships. But I feel like the situation is inviting you to make a change in perspective or a change in mindset. Maybe the connection comes more from that side. I know there's a connection here. I know there are emotions. There's romance, there's passion, but I don't want this to get out of hand. There's also no invitation to friendship with this person. Friendship is the foundation of love. And maybe getting closer to this person from a friendly side of openness, of starting to build those bonds of trust, of beginning to have that connection with the other person. From a healthy side, from the side of sharing, not from the side of needing, but from I want to share. I want to share my joy. I want to share a moment of happiness. I want to share with you or express my emotions to you in this way without the need to idealize, always trying to keep things grounded. Maybe that's what the energy is telling us right now. To change that approach, to not move forward the way you used to in the past or how things were done before. Because sometimes I feel like you can end up banging your head against the wall. Pay attention. That's what it's about. Something like that. It's also like an invitation to get rid of old ways of thinking or old approaches or beliefs. How your relationship should be. How an emotional bond should be. How it should start to develop. Also, how to control those impulses, not repress them, but control those urges to move forward too quickly. Let's see what else we have. Capricorn. General and available energy. Let's take 3 more arcana here. You have the 9 here. Of Cups. We have the Emperor and we have the High Priestess, the 6 of Pentacles. Now the reading is complete and it's very clear because the key was to seek balance, to seek emotional balance with the other person between what is given and what is received, the matter of sharing, of generosity. It's not about that intensity. It's not about overwhelming the situation or overwhelming the other person either. That's why the question is, What is it that needs to end in your life, in the way you express yourself or in the way you think? This isn't about attachments, possession, or control, but rather the situation is heading somewhere else, towards a place of space and balance. The good thing is that I feel like you're going to start to understand this from a different perspective. And the truth is that this connection is shaping up towards something solid, shaping up towards something secure. What I feel is that this connection, which maybe started as a spontaneous connection, love started to appear, friendship started to appear, and pleasure started to appear. Not saying, wow, this person actually has everything I've always dreamed of. It's like a wish come true. On the emotional side, and of course that feeling comes up of wanting to talk to this person all the time or always be with this person. And maybe that's the invitation to change, that today things in the emotional realm can go in a different direction, can take another path. And that other path is the one that will give security to the connection, will give security to the relationship. I feel that little by little with this person, a bond will start to form. Like, I feel safe. I feel that there will also be trust. You know, that trust that this person is here. It's like this person starts to give you that stability and support you were looking for without forcing it, without pressure. But it's there, and you have to give it time for that structure of trust to form. You probably have a lot of things to say, a lot of things to express, things you want to say. You're going to be feeling a lot inside. But maybe it's not the right time. Judging by the energies I see, it's not the time to talk directly about, for example, certain topics. It could be that you met recently and now it's more about feeling, expressing emotions, delving into these feelings, observing them, visualizing them, analyzing them. But it's not really the time, for example, to ask the other person for a definition of the relationship or to bring up certain topics that might be very sensitive. I'm not saying these things should never be discussed, but maybe now is not the right time. Now I feel like more than anything, this moment is about opening up to your feelings. There are a lot of things that I feel don't really need to be communicated. That's why I say, at this moment, just let both of you feel, and it's very much connected to yourselves. I sense it, I don't say it, I don't tell her, but I know there's potential here. I know I feel at home here, I feel safe here, and I feel very happy here. Surely that's where I start to observe the signs that the other person gives off. Because this could be when love starts to be shown, not through words, not directly, but through acts, through actions, not promises, not those either. Through a gift, through a present, through an invitation, through a surprise, through heartfelt acts of generosity that show love and affection. Those are the things I think you'll notice. That's why I say that the energy right now isn't about speaking openly, directly, or bluntly with that person, nor about pushing any kind of situation, but rather about focusing on sharing and feeling. Let's see what we've got. In the oracle, let's see what your message will be. Capricorn. Let's take this. Wow, you got the servant card, and the servant talks to us about love. It tells you to be kind to yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Recognize your own worth and grace. Dear Capricorn, this is what we've seen for all of you. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you here next time.